PAX Unplugged is coming up, so of course we made our top 10 list of games we're most excited about.
These games might be available to purchase or just demo, but either way, we're excited about them.
If you'd like more information about any of the games, we'll have links in our description below. Otherwise, let's get to our list. Number 10 on my list is Xenealogy from Play to Z. I really like the theme of this game because you're part of an alien crew going to a different planet and you gotta find out all the knowledge, but at the same time you gotta stay hidden from the planet too, so you gotta erase all your tracks. Has worker placement, endgame contracts, different things like that. So the theme is what really caught me, but it all sounds kind of interesting.
My number 10 is going to be a little familiar and a little cheesy. It's actually Formaggio. So you're trying to be the best cheesemaker in Italy this time. I really liked Formage, so Formaggio, it's supposed to be an expansion, but a standalone expansion. And so you'll have kind of different boards. And I really like the idea that you can take these and combine it with Fromage just to kind of mix it up a little bit. A little that Italian-French rivalry when it comes to cuisine and cheeses and stuff. So excited about that.
We also backed that one on Kickstarter, so we may actually get that before, but who knows when they're going to be delivering. Either way, we'll be able to check it out.
Number 9 for me is Torchlit. Now this is an all-play game, which I'm surprised that I haven't come across it. It sounds like it, or it looks like it came out in 2024. And so it's a trick-taking, but there's like dungeons and dodging adventures. And you know, you kind of put little meeples on cards and determine like when you want to win tricks or when not. So I really like the whole dungeon crawling theme. Now they added trick-taking. So okay, let's see how that plays out.
So you're into the trick-taking now?
Well,
or is it just because there's so many trick-taking games at PAX?
I think we've been, I've started to develop a palate for it because we've just been playing so much of it. So I'm like, okay, let's just,
now
let's
you're getting a little pompous with it. No, yes, this is a good trick-taking. This is a good trick-taking. Yeah. Number 9 on my list is Outfox the Fox. This is from Smirk and Dagger. It's a party game, not a player judge, but it's like one player is going to be the fox. They're going to get a card that's going to have 5 clues and a blank on it under a category. And then the fox comes up and fills in the blank. The fox reads out all 6 of the different answers, and then the other players have to try to figure out which of those answers the fox gave. So they put them in order, and if the fox's answer ended up in the top 5, they get the number of points on whatever number that they ordered it in. So it sounded interesting because you still have to be that little bit of creative, but only one thing. So like you have the category, then you just have to be one level of creative, and then all the rest of it's kind of given to you. But it kind of sounded like a fun, interesting way of playing a new twist on that kind of party theme. Number 8 on my list is 3 Witches from All Play. And what really stood out about this one, first off, was that it's a 3-player exactly game. Like you have to have 3 players, no more, no less. And what it is a trick-taking game. Again, lots of trick-taking games at PAX this year. But it's a trick-taking game, and before the round starts, you bet on how many tricks you think you're gonna win. The player who bids the most becomes the lead witch, and they're playing by themselves, and the other 2 witches are playing on a team. And then you're playing, and the lead witch plays 2 cards, the other players play 1 and 1, and then you add them up based on that. I don't know the exact way to how you score. I just know whoever the lead witch is playing by themselves against the team of 2. And then after the round ends, you get points, and then you bid again, and then the new player is the lead witch, and then you may be on another player's team, and you play until a certain thing happens, and then you get a lot of points. So it sounded interesting.
Magic. My number 8 should be there as a demo, but it's Wonderland's War Duel. Now, I was a big fan of Wonderland's War, but we really don't get that to the table very often, so I was really excited to see how maybe this more compact version. Reading the description, it's a 2-player, obviously a duel, but I think it was like 60 to 90 minutes. I was like, oh, wow. But it takes bag building and area control and just makes it more compact. It's not exactly Wonderland's War. I think they made it a little bit more unique. And so I'm really excited to see how, but that 60 to 90 minute duel, I was like, oh, okay. For my number 7, all I can say is beware the Ides of March. It's 23 Knives. So with this one, it's Caesar, and it's a hidden roll deduction game, bribery. You're trying to sway the vote to basically commit 23 knives to kill Caesar and, free Rome or keep Rome under his rule, or maybe you're just like a opportunist who's waiting to see what happens. So I really like this because the way I was reading it was you're supposed to bring knives to something, and if there's 23 or more, then Rome's free. And, if you're one of the freedom fighters, then you win, but maybe you're a supporter of Caesar and you got to make sure you're taking some of these knives out of there and stuff. So I really like the history aspect of it about how
like
Caesar was
Secret Caesar.
Yeah.
Instead of Secret Hitler,
Yeah.
it's Secret Caesar.
how Caesar was brutally murdered. I mean, I don't like that, but history.
Number 7 on my list is Sanctuary. I got a chance to check this out at Gen Con, but it was just in the preview there. They didn't have it in the main hall for everyone to see, which is for the media preview. And it's the tile placement version of Arc Nova. It has some similar mechanics and iconography as Arc Nova. However, it's a lot different, obviously, because it's tile placement. I feel like it's a lot easier to get into because you're always doing something on your turn, whereas sometimes in Arc Nova, I feel like you might have a couple turns. You're like, okay, I'm kind of waiting and waiting. Now I'm going to do a big action. In Sanctuary, I feel like you're always placing tiles and doing things, and it moves quicker along. And I feel like most people can keep their attention in the game rather than sometimes you can kind of drift off in Arc Nova. My number 6 is Reptile Tank from Albi. I think I'm pronouncing that publisher correct, Albi. Anyways, it's a card drafting grid placement game, and you're building your reptile aquarium, terrarium, whatever it's called when it's reptiles, and you're drafting lizards, snakes, turtles, tortoises, things like that, and you're putting them in a grid. The pictures that they have on Board Game Geek, it kind of looks like how in that game Verdant, when you're or Verdant, when you're playing them, and you got to connect them, and how you place them connects them will get you to different points. So if you place certain things here, like probably, oh, you can't put this kind of lizard next to this kind of snake, or these kind of things, like how you organize them in your grid. So it seems kind of a simple card drafting, put them in a grid, tile placement, but with cards kind of thing. But I like the theme of you're building your little reptile tank.
Sounds super.
So super.
Ribbit? Sounds riveting. There we go.
Man, if only you had that like right out the gate.
Damn. My number 6 is For the Gods. This one is you're sailing the Aegean Sea and you're trying to build temples on islands and earn the favor of the gods by collecting god stones. I think they have some like 12 different god powers in there. So it's like more Greek mythology, I believe. And I'm a big fan of that. You know, I'm always interested when I say like, oh, Zeus, Hercules, like, I love trying to look into this a little bit more. So excited to see what this is like. I believe this is only demoing there too. So we'll see. My number 5 takes us back to the Wonderlands War. So this is Mad Kala. So in this one, the Cheshire Cat has kind of taken over the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. There's like a Mancala mechanic where basically, you know, you're picking up, I think it's like beads or stones or something and moving it around, taking actions. The theming, the graphics, the bright colors, I've always been a big fan of just Wonderlands War and all that. So
this is only a 2-player game.
Yeah, 2-player game, and now it's like Mancala too. So like it looks interesting, asymmetric powers, so let's see how it goes.
My number 5 is Take Time. It's a cooperative puzzly game when you're playing 12 cards face down around a clock, but you're gonna have different rule sets over each of the tasks, so it has like a campaign element. But it really made me think of The Crew, where you're all working together and doing different tasks of the card game kind of a thing. So I'm interested to see differences, similarities, just as fun, even more fun, all that kind of stuff, what the exact rule sets are, all that kind of thing. So Take Time, my number 5. My number 4 is Zombie Princess from Bezier Games. We just recently got a chance to play Rebel Princess, even though that one's been out for a while. We finally got to play it and we really enjoyed it. I liked how the rules change and you have the different powers and you still take that and playing the different card games based on the rules. So this is a sequel to that, Zombie Princess. So they say that one's like hearts, this one's like spades. I don't know exactly what that means, but maybe it means something to you. But I like the idea that this one, sometimes you can be working as a team. You'll have a teammate sometimes you will, sometimes you won't. All the princesses will have different powers now because they're all going to be zombie fighters instead of prince running away, rebel princesses, whatever. I'm interested to see that one. Depending on when you watch this video, their Kickstarter is live now for Zombie Princess. So when we get there, I'll probably still have enough time. If I like it, maybe I'll back it, or maybe they'll give us a preview copy. Either way, I'm looking forward to the Zombie Princess.
At number 4 for me is Neko Syndicate. So this one is like a mafia, yakuza, cats that like do sushi, or, you know, in a sushi empire, and you're trying to impress the leader, the kumicho of the entire different gangs. And so basically you kind of start off with, the way I see it is like you start off with a leader and then you're collecting these tiles and just kind of building a pyramid down. What I really like about this is because, you know, you start at the top and then each round or certain different turns as you're building, you can say, okay, I'm going to take this path this time and then I'm going to use this power and use this. I think you take 15 turns, everyone takes it in order to earn the most power or currency or points in order to impress the kumicho. Doing your different paths, it can always change and pivot, and like it's like a skill tree the way that I was looking at it and activating the different powers. And then the artwork just looks really funny too, of like your anthropomorphic cats that are sushi chefs or like Japanese gangsters in Yakuza. That just looks really funny to me. Number 3 for me will be another demo game at PAX. It's going to be Excalibur. So this one's like a party bluffing memory game. Basically, the goal of the game, you're going to be drawing these like little pogs and you're going to be resolving the actions. So everyone kind of draws, resolves. And the point of the game is you're trying to find Excalibur and try and keep it until the end of the game. So you have these pogs where you're going to be able to steal or protect or do other things. But the whole goal is, you want to be the king. You want to have Excalibur.
My number 3 is Origin Story from Stonemaier Games. We like most of the Stonemaier games. We're a big fan of most of them, and we have most of the games, and we play them a lot. So I'm interested to see their take on a trick-taking game. It's another trick-taking game on our list. Again, I don't know if we're just more into trick-taking or every publisher is doing trick-taking because trick-taking games are cheaper than producing huge, big games. And
water everywhere.
Everyone's doing trick-taking, so... But I'm interested in this one because it's trick-taking, but you're also building your character's origin story. So each round as you're doing it, you're gaining powers and you're adding different abilities to your character or thing that you're doing. I'm assuming abilities you'd be able to use while playing your hands and getting your tricks, and then you'll be scoring based on the tricks that you get and that kind of thing, based on your power sets and end game bonuses and things like that. Jamie really likes to have those games that tell the story and you go from like beginning to middle and end and really go into all these kind of interesting details. So it's interesting how you're applying that kind of idea to a trick-taking game where you're telling a story with trick-taking instead of just, oh, I have this card that you have this, now you just that. No, we're gonna go from A to B to C and you're gonna get a whole story out of it. Number 2 on my list is Pinched from Mighty Boards, and this is a set collection deduction game. Each round, one player is going to be a mastermind, and they're going to be stealing different valuables from different manors, and the other players are trying to guess and figure out which manor, which valuables they're taking, because the mastermind steals from the different like open drafting area, but the other players will steal from them if they guess which valuables they're taking. So the mastermind steals, and then everyone else steals from the mastermind. So I thought it was an interesting way of doing a set collection where you have that deduction element and kind of not take that, you're not forcing, but you're like stealing from them. So it's kind of like a mean thing to do, but I don't know, sounded interesting. I like the theme of you're a heist person, your set collection, and then stealing from each other.
The double cross, or like the adage, no honor among thieves.
Right.
My number 2 is Holiday Hills from Chris Couch Games. Now, we see Chris a lot at some of the different conventions, and he's a buddy of ours, but I know sometimes I'm off doing something, but you've seen like his production copies or his prototypes of Holiday Hills. I have not actually seen it. And so now, like, I think we backed it on Kickstarter, but I'm really excited to see what he has. I really just see it now in all its glory.
Yeah,
the final,
this is a final copy.
So it's gonna, I think it just looks great in terms of like the table presence and you're like, let's snap a picture of this in the era, in our eras of like, boom, like Instagram worthy. So I'm really excited about this, especially with the holidays coming around. I hope we get it. I hope we get it. We'll get it.
I mean, his Kickstarter says it's on time.
All right. And my number 1 that I'm super excited about at PAX Unplugged is Silos. Now, I found out that stands for Secret Interlopers from Outer Space. Silos is basically an area control set collection. The theming is aliens and all the pieces look really cool. You have like UFOs and cows and humans. So essentially like you're aliens that you come to Earth, and cows are like the super smart creatures, so you have to settle for humans, which are second smartest in order to meet your goals. So it's set collection where you have to like maybe collect a politician or an influencer, and once you have a set, then you're close to like winning the whole thing. What I also learned is this is actually a remastered version of an older game, I think around 2008. It's called Municipium. Basically, it's like Roman times in a city, and kind of the same thing. It's area control. You're trying to collect certain influences and, But what really drew me was the whole alien theme and UFOs. And
Number 1 on my list is Aquaria from Capstone Games. Worker placement, hand management, set collection, all different kinds of mechanics that we usually enjoy in games. Plus the theme is what really caught my attention. You're building your own aquarium and you gotta get new fish and take care of the fish and have the best fish. Always cool fish. And it really caught my attention because I was thinking about working on a game that was about aquariums and having the best aquarium and putting the little pieces in and having the fish and all that kind of stuff. So I want to see if this game scratches that itch or if I should keep focusing on that one. But it's from designer, and I know I'm going to butcher his name, so I'm sorry ahead of time, but it's from Tomas Holek. He's the designer of SETI and Galileo Galilei and T-Guard and some other ones. So pretty big, popular right now. So I'm interested to see what this game is all about because I really like the theme. I like those mechanics, so I want to see how it is. We're also very excited about our game Timelancers that's going to be there, but we didn't include it on our list. Timelancers is a time travel themed set collection board game.
It's designed for 1 to 4 players ages 12 and up and takes about 45 minutes to an hour to complete a traditional game.
And those are our top 10 games that we're both excited about that are going to be at PAX Unplugged.
What'd you think? Are you going to PAX Unplugged? What games are you excited about? Let us know in the comments below.
As always, if you're enjoying our content, please like this video, give it a hype, comment in the comments, and of course, if you're really enjoying our content, subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out.
Until next time, I'm Lee.
I'm Kenny. I go party like a board gamer.